Click subscribe, do all that. You know what time it is. It's Netflix time. This movie's called Rattlesnake. In this stylish remake of delusional mastermind assembles a team to pull off a series of spectacular heists, but his crimes make too many enemies. So it's one of those African Nollywood films that came out last year. It's about 2 hours and 15 minutes long. Spoiler alert, let's get it. So I'm not sure if we started off in Ghana or wherever they at. Anyway, we got this guy named Mahana. When he was 7, he watched this random guy being burnt to death. As he got a little bit older, he's still living with his mom and his dad, teaching him about responsibility and whatnot. He got a little sister that comes to pick with him. The question she raises is, would you rather have your freedom or would you rather have love? That question will come up later on in the movie. A couple weeks later, his uncle comes to pick him up, and he has no idea where he's going. He ends up taking him to the hospital to see his dad. Apparently, his heart was failing, and he ended up dying right there in the hospital. So after that, he stayed with his grandmother for a while. Apparently, that move was going to be permanent because his mom, his sister, and pretty much everybody else in his family, his uncles, are all moving out. So my question is, why'd they just leave him behind? So now he's a grown man still living with his grandma. She's trying to get him to be a productive man of society. He's like, I did great in school, got all my credits, I still can't get a damn job. Eventually he ends up going to the city of Lobos. He gets in this one van with a bunch of people, but they end up taking his wallet and phone and kicking him out the van. Now his dad broke down on his luck. We got this guy named Bala who's trying to sell him a book to make millions, I guess. He tells him his situation. He's like, look, I can help you sell these books faster if you need to. I guess all of a sudden now he's some type of master salesman. Eventually he found the house that his mom was staying at. So his sister was able to go to America. So the reason mom was able to afford this fancy house because she ended up taking all the rest of dad's money. And his uncle ended up getting married to her. So now he thinks it was all some plot that his uncle killed his father. Feeling disgusted, he just dips out. And considering the way they live, and she's probably still got plenty of money. Then he goes to visit this chick named Amara, who's actually staying with his brother, Enze. So why is Enze's eye all lumped up? Well, apparently he owes $5 million to some people, and he's got about 2 days to give them their money. So Ahana's supposed to come up with some type of plan. Meanwhile, the guy he owes money to works for somebody more powerful, a dude by the name of Ali. And this guy's supposed to be one of the biggest drug lords in Africa. This one random guy ain't pay up, so they gonna make an example out of him. He gives up his wedding ring as collateral, but then this dude comes up and stabs him in his hand with a pin. And considering what he does, he was just being nice. Next time, don't fuck around and pay up. So Ahana's brilliant plan is to rob his own mother so his brother can pay off his debts. Then his uncle says some slick shit. He points the gun at his uncle, and he is convinced that he's the one that killed his father. So the mom gives him some random information. Apparently, his sister is not his father's child. Mom was getting it in. While they talking, his uncle tried to reach for a gun through the bookshelf. Ahana shoots, and his uncle pulled his mom in the way, and she ended up getting hit. The uncle still tried to shoot, but then Easy done deals him. Man, this is a wild-ass turn of events. Even though they ended up getting the money, Ahana is traumatized for obvious reasons. Amara's there to comfort him in more ways than one, cause he ends up giving her the business. Next day he's about to dip out. Enze paid off his debts, but they still about $400,000 left. Ahana only wants $20,000. He's just gonna go about his business. He's gotta go find himself, spiritual awakening and all that. So he ends up going to this old bakery shop. Turns out his dad used to own the place. He's having mental breakdowns, visions of his grandmother. Then he decides, fuck this, I ain't gonna be a victim of my own circumstance. I got an idea. So he goes back to the spot where Amara and his brother in, and they're basically gonna be robbers, professional thieves and shit. Okay, so how they gonna pull this shit off? So they get this guy named E. He used to be in the military and shit, and he's able to get them weapons. Then they pick up this kid named Sango. He's able to do intel work, computers, all that stuff. So they all meet up at the bakery. That's going to be their hideout. And they also invite Bala to the crew because he's the one that knows the layout of pretty much the land, the city and all that. And he's got a couple connects too. At first, Amara wasn't with it, but now she on board. So we go through a montage of them robbing niggas, and I'm like, yo, they ain't got no mask on no more. They getting old niggas in hotels. He's like, well, damn it, man. And you're probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Don't hotels have fucking cameras? I don't know. I guess shit work different over there. But I'm thinking to myself, if they got certain types of technology over there, I'm pretty sure they got fucking cameras in certain spots. Anyway, they be getting cheese, more celebration over there by the pool. And goes outside of his room and he sees the two of them together, kissing and whatnot. Apparently he didn't know he was giving his sister the business. Then they go spotting out this one guy's house. Apparently this one's not going to be your average hit. They end up getting this particular guy at a hotel. And this dude got military security guards, so you know he's serious. So this is the guy's house they were spotting out, but how did they find out where he lived at? Because she acted like she was trying to get his number. And as she was talking, I guess she slipped his phone behind the waiter, who ends up having a similar phone on the plate during the switch, puts it back in her hand, and acts like she took his number. It's like, really? So I'm guessing that's how they got the location of his house. But it's so ridiculous and blatantly obvious, it's like, how the fuck did he not see that? Maybe that nigga was just blinded by the cheeks. Well, anyway, I guess after a week he comes back to a spot, and niggas already at his house with their guns drawn. So they do their regular robbing stuff, but he's got money for like elections and stuff. Basically, the money that he has ain't all his money. Y'all try to rob a politician, I guarantee you something's about to go wrong. So during Calamity, one of the niggas got shot by two of the security guards that snuck in the back, but they got done deal deaded. Yeah, this situation definitely gonna come back to bite him. Ender's over there sniffing coke up his nose. Ahana's pissed off at the fact that he's using guns. because he's like, he don't like using guns. He don't want to kill nobody. He's like, dude, we're about to rob a government official. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? They knew for a fact he was armed with security. You just go walk in there with nothing and start spazzing out. But you know he's thinking about other shit. He thinking about the fact that his boy all up on his sister. Thinking about how all this shit went down. And he's coked up. So anyway, Ballard got patched up. He all good and gravy now. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, they call themselves the Armeds. Because of that incident, now their name is all over the news. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm surprised it didn't happen earlier. You know, they was robbing niggas with no ski masks on. You thinking to yourself, like, really? He's like, look, man, we gotta lay low, and I got the perfect solution for that. So he takes all his peoples on a trip. Hopefully when they was recording themselves, they use the actual camera, because if they use their phones, that'd be fucking stupid. Well, they end up going skydiving, racing expensive cars, rocking out on yachts, living a glamorous life. Then he becomes Robin Hood and gives some of the poor people the money that he doesn't really need in his country. Everybody in his country is thinking the Armada's been doing such a great deed and all that. On the news, I might add, one of the police chiefs is furious. He's telling this director, man, you gotta get this shit together. We gotta lock these niggas up, so she's gonna do a due diligence and get to the bottom of this. Then they all go to the club and still getting high, and they having a hell of a time just jamming out. Until one particular guy decides to ruin the mood. Everybody looking at him all serious like, who the fuck is he? Come to find out, this dude is one of Ali's henchmen. But how'd he get this information? Because come to find out, this guy actually works for Ali, the politician dude. Apparently the money that Armidas took was Ali's money. Apparently the same dude had to pay back $5 million for. They end up robbing an official that works for somebody they just paid off 2 months ago. It just makes me wonder if Ahana even did his intel on who the fuck he was robbing. Well, anyway, these niggas go to a luxurious shop to get some tailor-made clothes in over there stunting. Hey, he try to get at the lady that works there. Come to find out she's sponsoring an event that's coming up and she gives him an invitation. He feeling the energy. You know, he try to get them cheeks. Later on, they pop up at the event. We find out she's an art collector. She has a bunch of different pieces as far as paintings, sculptures, all types of stuff. He try to get at her. She like, later on. Then all of a sudden, this chick pops out of nowhere and starts smiling at Ahana. How does she know Ahana and what is her purpose? What's the deal? What's going on here? So anyway, we find out this police chief actually works for Ali and the boys. Ali got a lot of people in the pocket. They get some information on E and finds out he's got a wife and a kid. This shit about to go left in a hurry. So apparently they did some studying at the art gallery exhibit. Turns out they're gonna steal a piece from out there. Apparently one of the pieces they're looking for is worth about $6 million. Man, Sango doing the intel work. They get dressed up getting ready for the capers. Apparently this time around Mara was sick. She couldn't make it. She was throwing up. You know what that means? But apparently he doesn't. He just assumed she was sick. She tells him she loves him, but he never say anything back. He just smiles and leaves out. Back to the heist. Alright, so this is supposed to be the artifact they're supposed to be stealing. Damn, she look familiar. So I don't know if we're supposed to be seeing this or not while Hala is walking around. This guy bumps into a named Richard. Wait a minute, he looks like the teacher from that movie Deranged. Yeah, man, it's the same dude. I got that review up too. Check that out, Deranged. So anyway, he tells us some stuff about divine intervention and all that. Then this nigga just teleported to the other side of the room. Yeah, this nigga seeing things. Well anyway, boy E comes gets him. He's like, hey, yo, you ready? Let's get this gun. So she's giving this speech about the artifact. They get in position. This guy's coming down with hors d'oeuvres. And trips him up on purpose. But he accidentally knocks over the mask. Next thing you know, they picked it up and got away with it. How the hell did they do it? Well, apparently while Bala was making a big fuss about the spill, it was covered up with a cloth under Bala's cloth, and he switched the real one with a fake one. Now, how he did that while he was complaining was the center of attention, I have no fucking idea. Well, anyway, Ahana tells him to go to the hideout. He's gonna get the money himself. He's like, really? Why we can't all go? He's like, cause I got the person I can sell it to. He's like, y'all just wait at the spot, I'll be right back. I'll take the other truck. So he takes the truck to this random location. He talks to the person that he's trying to sell the mask to. The guy tells him leave the mask in the truck outside. He's like, oh, where's the money? He checks his phone, the wire transfer is sent. $12 million. Oh shit. Happy man, happy life. But why do you want to go by himself, and whose car is he getting into? Oh shit, it's Shorty that was doing the presentation. Turns out she was in it the whole time. So the thing is, he didn't want to tell the crew about her involvement, because he's actually giving her the business too. He's trying to keep her out of that world as much as possible. Meanwhile, the bodyguard niggas then got to E's wife and child, and through her he finds out their location. Now he knows they're at the bakery. He tells his man to kill her, but then he's like, damn, like she gave her the information, you know what I'm saying? So this nigga does it himself. It's like, god damn. He's like, next time you disobey me, you'll be the one getting a bit. Tells Ali the situation, and these niggas at the spot just waiting on the money. And they check their phones, and Ahana sent them all $2 million apiece. But right when he came through, these niggas pop up like, oh shit, these niggas looking for Ahana, but he ain't there. He tells his man, you know what, we got finished niggas, pop Sango. He has a door, so the bodyguard pops him, done deal, dead. Then we found out Shorty was listening the whole time, and they actually had police come through there. Them niggas was already staking out the place. This man turns around and ends up shooting this nigga. Then the boys bust in. Bodyguard dude still alive, somehow crawled up out of there. I'm like, what the fuck? And everybody else ends up getting arrested. Somewhere he's watching videos all sad of Sango because he found out he got killed. But apparently life goes on because him and the art girl end up getting married. They end up having a house built on the hills far away and been chilled up in this villa for like 5 years now. I guess he just forgot about them niggas, huh? So Amara finds out this nigga been doing art sculptures and stuff. She didn't even know this dude was still alive or not. So who pays Ali a visit? Amara. She feels betrayed that Hannah went and got married, dipped out for like 5 years. Her brother's in jail. She tells her because of the pictures, she found out his location. And Ali is like, well, what do you want in return? Then at night, Ali pays him a visit. He tells Hannah basically, you're gonna help me out with one more job or I'm gonna kill your wife and your son. So apparently he has a son now. And so not having much of a choice, he agrees to do the job. So then we find out what Amara wanted. She wanted Ali to get her brother free, and there he is, after 5 years. Now remember when Amara was sick on that one job? Not only did we find out that she was actually pregnant, but she ended up having twins. The thing is, Hannah doesn't even know. Hell, N didn't even know. So they tell Hannah he's robbing his bank and they give him blueprints. How the fuck is this dude still alive when he got shot point blank on the side of his head? I have no idea. Well, anyway, they lock him up in this room and he comes up with a plan. They bring Hannah into the room and he sees N for the first time in like 5 years. He tells him about the twins. Hannah didn't even know Amara was pregnant at the time. So Ali's like, alright man, let's get your crew and get this shit going, come on. So now Hannah and his boys all ready for the mission. I know they think to themselves, as soon as we give them the money, we as good as dead anyway. And of course Amara's working by the desk at the bank. It's crazy. Then they get the guns out, time for the robbing. So him and Ballard goes with the bank manager to go upstairs to get the money. But he tells him he has a plan to get out of all this. Turns out one of the guys that work for Ali is turning on him. He's helping Hannah. He starts working for him as he gives him a phone. And they had it set up where a whole bunch of people was going to come out in front of the bank at the same time. So my man's looking like, yo, what the fuck is going on? So I'm guessing that's supposed to be the distraction. Even N didn't even know about it. So he's trying to tell N them niggas like, yo, we got the money, yo, let's get the fuck out of here, let's leave, yo. Then a real police officer comes out of nowhere with a gun and N just pops his ass with the quickness. He's like, I did 5 years in the can, I ain't listening to you no more, nigga. So he's like, man, he's beyond help, we can't even be saved, yo, we gotta get up out of here. Even his sister looking at him crazy at this point. So they go throughout the crowd, Hannah is tossing money in the air, and that's how he's gonna escape throughout all this. All of a sudden, there's helicopters out there, and they know it's the Armidas out there, and N's just gonna have a standoff with the cops, he just don't give a fuck no more. It ends up getting done deal dead. And that's another person he ends up watching dying, god damn. Amara sees Hannah, she's like, man, you know this shit ain't over. So he ends up giving this nigga the money. When his back is turned, he ends up choking him the fuck out. Done deal dead at his ass. He had to get it, the man killed his wife. Then at night, he's sitting by the water. I guess he's waiting for the dude to bring his wife and child to him or whatever. Turns out Amara comes to meet him. And she about ready to bust this nigga. Then she comes out of nowhere talking about, please don't shoot. Then Amara heard his son in the car. I can't even imagine what's going through her head right now. And this is the first time she found out that he already had a kid. Meanwhile, he didn't even know that she had 2. So she gives him a choice. She's like, what would you prefer, freedom or love? He says love. Then she looks at him and is like, wrong answer. Then she shoots his wife. Done deal dead. Just a bunch of heartache and pain. The last image we see is his son watching the whole thing go down. Man, this movie is crazy. Rattlesnake on Netflix. Check it out. Like, subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is. Look, these are the easy best stars. This is big. Could have got this slogan.